Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video. I am going to show you how to make a finger painted flower for today's activity. So what you need for this is a heavy piece of paper. You could also use the inside of a paper plate. Something to trace out or draw your flower with. So you can use a marker or a crayon or a pencil, any of those that you might need. A pair of scissors, a popsicle stick or a craft stick, and then some paint. I just chose 3 colors. You can choose more colors, however much that you need. So first, to get started, I am going to draw my flower on here. I'm going to draw my flower and then also a little leaf down here in the corner. And then also the middle part of the flower as well. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be squiggly, it can be big petals, however kind of a flower that you want to draw. So I'm actually going to make a flower that looks kind of goofy, but it's going to look like this. So there's my flower. This is going to be the center of my flower, and then I'm going to make a nice big leaf. So it's kind of big for my little stick, but when I go to cut it out, I'm actually going to cut on the inside. So what you do is, now you can start finger painting on your flower. So taking any combination of colors you want, just dab it in your paint and just start finger painting all over to make your flower. I chose acrylic paint. For little kids, you might want to do tempera paint, so if it gets on their clothes, you can get it out a little bit easier. If you want to make a really big flower, you can use a tongue depressor or any bigger stick if you want. You can spread it out and choose another color and go over top of that. Just can mix, you can swirl, you can spread it out. You can really mix those colors in there and make it look pretty. Okay, once I've done that, now I want to do the center and my leaf here, petal or the leaf. So I got some green, so I'm just going to go and paint this green. And the center, probably could use yellow or any color like that, but I'm going to put some green on it first and then put a little bit of purple, just kind of mix up that color. Kind of has like a silly color to it. There we go. And then mix colors up here. So then what you need to do is you need to make sure everything dries before you cut it out. So get everything to dry. You can let it dry overnight, or you can take a hair dryer to it. And then once it's completely dry, then we'll come back and do the next part. Once your flower is dry or mostly dry, you can go ahead to the next step. So I'm going to cut out my flower and my leaf and the middle part here. So I made mine a little bit too big, but that's okay, because when I go to cut it out, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than the area that I drew. And I made kind of a silly looking flower, no rhyme or reason, just a bunch of squiggles and swirls. Okay, so there's my flower. I'll trim it down a little bit over here. Okay, so then I got the center of my flower. It's going to be, again, a little bit smaller than I made it. And then my petal, or my leaf. Okay. So here are the 3 parts of my flower, and then I have my craft stick here. So you can either leave this blank and do it like that, or you can color it. You can paint it just like you would with the other ones, but I'm actually going to color it in with a marker. You can hit both sides if you'd like as well. So then the last part is to take some glue, some nice heavy glue, put it on the end, and then put it here. I'll do it upside down so you can see it. Put some glue here, and then put your flower somewhere up here. And then you can get some more glue And then put your middle part of your flower then in a little bit more, and then you can put your leaf onto your flower. And again, once you get to this point, if you think your flower is a little bit too big, you can trim a little bit off. Trim a little bit off in the middle as well. And then there you have it for your flower. You want to make sure that you let this dry completely after you glue it. You could also use a little hot glue, but you need to have some supervision with that. But otherwise, you have a very unique finger painted flower.